YouTube, what is going on today? Welcome to another video, and in today's session we are going to be learning how to use the substitution method and the elimination method to solve simultaneous equations. Of course, you can use matrices to solve simultaneous equations, but we are going to reserve that for another video and just focus on simultaneous equations using substitution method and elimination method. Let's get straight into the video. All right, the substitution method. So in this method, our main focus is to first take one equation, make one variable a subject in that equation, and then substitute it into the next equation. Let me show you what I mean by that. So we have an equation over here, or two equations I should say. We have 3x minus 2y is equal to 12, equation 1, and we have x plus 3y is equal to minus 7, equation 2. We are supposed to use these equations to find the values of x and y. So like I said, we are supposed to make one of the variables a subject in one of the equations. So I'm going to take equation 2 because it's easier to make x the subject over here. So from equation 2, x is going to be equal to minus 7 minus 3y. I'm going to label this as equation 3. What you have to do now, we have to substitute equation 3 into equation 1. We can't put it inside here because it's literally the same thing. So I'm going to say put x into equation 1. And what do we get when we put x into equation 1? We are going to get over here 3. Then we know the value of x to be minus 7 minus 3y minus 2y is equal to 12. And then we go ahead and further simplify this. What do we get? We get minus 21 minus 9y minus 2y is equal to 12. We go ahead and further simplify over here. We are going to get on the left hand side. From this, we get minus 11 minus 11y, and on the right hand side we are going to take this minus 21 all over to this side to make it plus. It's going to add up, so we get 12 plus 21, which is 33, and then y is going to be equal to minus 3. So our answer is minus 3 for y. Now that we have the value of y, we have to solve for the value of x, and we already know from equation 3 that this is the value of x, but we need y. Now we have found y. So what you have to do, we can substitute this y into this equation 3. So put y into equation 3. What are you going to get then? You're going to get x to be equal to minus 7 minus 3, and you know the value of y to be minus 3. So you put it inside straight away, and you're going to simplify this. You get minus 7 plus 9, and then the value of x is going to be 2. So therefore, x is equal to 2. Y is equal to minus 3. Now, if you input these values into both equations, they should be true. Let us solve this now. Let us try to find out. So over here, pay attention here. We have 3x minus 2y. If we input these two variables, we are supposed to get 12. So let's see if this is true. So over here we have, this is a different color over here. So we have 3x minus 2y. So 3, and what's the value of x? X is 2. So we put 2 here. What's the value of y? Y is 3, or minus 3, I mean. So you're supposed to get 12. If you simplify this, what do we get? We get here 6, and we get over here plus 6. And it's going to be 12. So therefore, the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So our answer is correct. Now let's do the similar thing for equation 2. So we know x to be 2 plus 3 minus 3. We know y to also be 3. So if you solve this, what do we get? 2 plus minus 9, and 2 plus minus 9 is equal to minus 7. So therefore, x is 2 and y is equal to minus 3 are our right answers. All right, let's take a look at the next question. So we have two equations over here, and we are supposed to solve this equation simultaneously and verify our result at the end using the substitution method. How do you do this? So like I said, you select one equation. I'm going to take equation 1 and then make one of the variables a subject. So I prefer to make x a subject. So from equation 1, 3x is going to be equal to 13 plus 2y. I'm going to divide here by 3, divide here by 3, and therefore x is going to be equal to 13 plus 2y all over 3. And I'm going to label this equation 3. What do you do next? You substitute this equation 3 into the next equation, in our case, which is equation 2. And what do we get? We get 2 Then we know the value of x to be 13 plus 2y all over 3 plus 5y is equal to minus 4. All right, so you can go ahead and further simplify this by expanding this bracket first. So we are going to go ahead and expand. So the first one is going to be 26 because 2 times 13 and 2 times 2y. So 26 plus 2 times 2 is 4. So 4y all over 3 plus 5y on the left hand side, and the right hand side is going to remain minus 4. What do we do next? We want to get rid of this 3. So we multiply each term over here by 3. We multiply each term by 3. And what do we get? We get 26 plus 4y plus 5 by 3 is 15. So 15y is equal to 4 by 3 is minus 12, or minus 4 by 3 is minus 12. So we're going to go ahead and further simplify these two. What do we get over here? 4y plus 15y is going to be equal to 19y. And then we are going to take this 26 all over here to this side and make it minus. So we are going to subtract over here minus 12 minus 26. And then 19y is going to be equal to minus 12 minus 26, which is equal to minus 38. So minus 38, I suppose. And then we are going to divide here by 19, divide here by 19. And what do we get? Y is going to be equal to minus 2. So our y is equal to minus 2. And now we have the value for y. What do we have to do next? We have to solve and find the value for x. But we know that from equation 3, x is equal to 13 plus 2y over 3. Now we know the value for y. So what do you have to do? You just have to put this all the way into equation 3. Let's go ahead and do that over here. So we are going to get put y into equation 3. We get over here x to be equal to 13 plus 2y, and y is minus 2 all over 3. And you go ahead, x is going to be equal to 13 plus minus 4, 13 or minus 4, I would say, because we multiply this 13 minus 4 all over 3. And if you do this, you're going to get x to be equal to 9 over 3, which is 3. So therefore, x is going to be equal to 3. And then y is also going to be equal to minus 2. So this is our result. So the question says we should solve for x and y and then verify our result. What does it mean by that? We are supposed to put the values of x and y into both equations and check if these values of x and y are correct. So we had x to be minus, we had x to be 3 and y to be minus 2. So like we did in the first question, we are going to substitute them. So we have over here 3. I would say we have over here 3. And then x, the value of x is 3 minus 2. Value of y is minus 2. So if we add this together, we get 9. If you add this first side together, we get 9. Minus, if you add the next side together, we get plus 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13. So therefore, this equation is correct. We also have to check for equation 2 to make sure that the values for x and y are valid for equation 2 as well. So we put the values over here. We have over here 2 and the value of x is 3 plus, and the value of y is minus 2. So if we solve this together, what do we get? We are going to get 6 plus, or minus, I should say, because there's 2 minus here. So 6 minus 10. And 6 minus 10, we know, is minus 4. So therefore, x and y are correct answers. All right, let us utilize the same questions, but this time we are going to solve them using the elimination method. What do you mean by this? How do you do this? So the elimination method, our main focus is to create a new equations from these two equations, which eliminates one of the variables, so it's easier for us to find the next variable. What do I mean by that? So I'm going to take a close look at these two equations. I want to eliminate one of them. So I decide which variable I want to eliminate. In my case, I want to eliminate x. So what do? I have to make sure these two terms are the same, so I can subtract the two equations and eliminate x to create a new equation. Okay, so I'm going to multiply equation 2 by 3. That's the way I can make these two terms the same. So I multiply equation 2 by 3 and I get 3x plus 9y is equal to minus 21. So if you multiply the whole equation by 3, that means that I multiply each term by 3. Okay, so I'm going to label this equation equation 3. Now, we can see we have something in common over here. We have equation 3 and equation 1 having 3x in both of them. So what do we have to do? We are going to do a simple subtraction of equation 3 and equation 1. So equation 3 minus equation 1. And this is going to give us equation 3 is 3x plus 3 and 9y is equal to minus 21. And then we're going to subtract equation 1, which is 3x minus 2y is equal to 12. So we subtract each term. So 3x minus 3x, 9y minus 2y, and minus 21 minus 12. So we do this, what do we get? The first side becomes 0, and minus y plus 2y. So it becomes 11y. So plus 11y. And then the equal to sign, the minus 21 minus 12, which is minus 33. So therefore, y is equal to, we're going to rewrite it over here. So we had 11 is equal to minus 33. So this is a new equation that we found, but you can find y straight away from this. So y is going to be equal to minus 3. Good. So now that we found y, we are going to then input this value of y into any of these equations to find the value of x. So what do? We can say put y into equation, for example, equation 2. I pick equation 2. So therefore, x is going to be equal to, or x plus 3, and we know the value of y to be minus 3, equals minus 7. Then x is going to be equal to minus 7. Then we do a simplification over here. It becomes minus 9, but it goes all the way to this side and adds. So this side becomes plus 9, and the value of x is 2. So therefore, y is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to 2. So we can verify by putting this two values into these two equations to check if the answers are correct. All right, let us solve these two equations simultaneously, this time using the elimination method. How do you do this? Like I said before, we are supposed to look at these two equations and make sure we can create an equation from them by either multiplying and doing some arithmetic with them. But at the end of the day, we have to eliminate one of the variables. You have to decide on which variable we want to eliminate. So in my case, I take a look at these two. What do they have in common? I can see there's, let's say, for instance, I want to eliminate y. Let's say this time I want to eliminate y, right? So we have minus 2 over here, and we have 5. What can I do? I can multiply this place by 5 and multiply this place by 2 so that I can get a similar term over here. Then I can do a simple arithmetic to eliminate the y. So we're eliminating y in this time. Let's go. So how do you do this? So equation 1, like I said, times 5, and equation 2 times 2. Let's say this. And now if you do the arithmetic, we know equation 1 times 5, meaning we have to multiply each term over here by 5. What do we get? 3 times 5 is 15. So 15x minus 5 times 2 is minus 10. Oh, we have over here, so minus 10. Y is equal to, then we have over here 13 times 5. 13 times 5 is going to give us 65. So 65 over here, we're going to label this as equation 3, right? And then we do the next arithmetic, which is equation 2 by 2. So equation 2 by 2, meaning you have to multiply each term in equation 2 by 2. So we are going to get 4 times 4x over here. So 2 times 2, in this case, is 4x. Then we are going to get over here 10y is equal to minus 8. I'm going to label this equation 4. Write this again, equation 4. All right, so let's go on. Now we have similar terms over here, so we can do some simple arithmetic, a simple addition to eliminate the y over here. So equation 3 plus equation 4. So we're going to add the two together. So 15x minus 10y is equal to 65 plus 4x plus 10y is equal to minus 8. Let us do the arithmetic over here. So 15 plus 4x is going to give us 19x, and then minus 10 plus 10y is going to give us 0. So we eliminated the y successfully. That's our main focus. And then 65 plus minus 8, that's 65 minus 8. So 65 minus 8 is going to give us 57. 57 over here. So now we have 19x is equal to 57. So you can rewrite that over here. 19x is equal to 57. Now we can go ahead and simplify, and x is going to be equal to 57 over 19, which is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. Now we have found the value of x to be 3. What do we do next? We can then input this value of 3 into any of these equations. But in my case, I'm just going to select any of them, which is equation 1, I would say. So put x into equation 1, and therefore I'm going to get 3. I know the value of x is 3. So in equation 1, I'm just repeating this, but I'm just inputting the value of x. So 3 into bracket 3, then minus 2y is equal to 13. And then this becomes 9 minus 2y is equal to 13. And then we can take this to the right hand side. So we can just do some simplification. We have 2y is equal to, we take this to the right hand side, it subtracts. So we are going to get 13 minus 9. And then y is going to be equal to 13 minus 9. 13 minus 9 is 4. And then we divide by minus 2. So this is supposed to be minus 2. So we divide it by minus 2. We divide also the right hand side by minus 2. And we are going to get over here, y is equal to minus 2. So we find a value for x and y. We have found them. Now, the last part of the question says we should verify them. It's very important, so you have to verify them. We input these values into any of the equations and make sure that these equations are true. Alright, so we just took a look at how to solve some simple simultaneous equations using elimination and substitution methods. Most of the time, it's not specified, so you can use any of these methods, but sometimes they ask you to use specific methods, and you have to follow and do exactly as the question says. So thanks a lot for watching, and if this video helped you, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comment section below. Till next time, I'm Black, and I'm out.